Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and it's Christmas Day here, and plans have not gone as expected. The expectation was that we would be going out and spending some time with Phil and A's parents, and we did that, and we had a nice family Christmas. And then we would come home, have a short rest, and then pick up my mother, but my mother is not well, so she's going to be sleeping this evening. So that will be something for another time. So because it's Christmas Day, I'm going to be playing a lot more relaxed because I don't expect anyone to join the stream. Now, one thing I've heard is you can do a little bit of grinding of Azmodan by going to normal difficulty and teleporting down here. So I want to give that a look and see how this happens. So you don't loot.
No primeval. I serve only what serves me, and when their usefulness rots, I claim the power that is owed. I will rise as their thrones crumble beneath them.
So if we look here, wrong one. Yeah. Azmodan is here. How much do I need to get it to... One more... Oh no, there we go.
I am Lord of the Burning Hells. My legions shall seep once more into sanctuary.
So looking at this, oh my lord, how many times do I have to do that? I need to get it to 450 at 5 per kill? This is insane. Blizzard should fix this. This is nuts. At 5 per kill, I need to get from 150 to 450. So that's 60 kills just to get to rank 3. $160 of these? This is broken. How are you supposed to do 160 of these kills? If you were doing this at the... Okay, people are exploiting this because it takes 160 kills. 160 kills with the at Torment 4 is all of the intro, which is a couple of minutes, and then killing the boss, which takes another couple of minutes.
I am Lord of the Burning Hells. My legions shall seep once more into Sanctuary, and those who dare oppose me will be undone.
60 minutes. So hang on, 60 kills. At this rate, it's going to take, what, a couple of hours of doing this? It would take you, and that's just a level 3. This has got to be a bug. There've got to be a better way. This has to be a bug. Because, yeah, this is taking a couple of minutes a kill. It's 60. So that's 2 hours of this to get from level 2 to level 3. If you did it at Torment 4, it would take you... once more into Sanctuary. If you did it at Torment 4, with the fact that the boss takes a couple of minutes to kill, it would take you 4 hours to get from 2 to 3, and then, like, 3 to 4 is 900. So instead of the 300, it's 3 times as long, and 4 to 5, oh no, it's 2 to 3 is to 450, then another 450. So it's 300, then 450, and then 600. So that would be, of doing this, it would be 10 hours? Or something ridiculous? That's crazy. And that's doing this with no possible reward except making that number go up. If you were to do it on Torment... I'm sorry, that's broken. I'm just trying to figure out the math on... I think I'm going to leave here in a minute. But... there's got to be something broken about this. That can't be the right math. That's insane. Yeah, people are just using AFK bots. which I don't want to do. But it seems Blizzard have coded that being the only way to get the rewards that people are chasing is to do AFK botting. That's terrible. That's really terrible.
Father bring you luck? It seems your prayers. Until next time.
Oh no, I've been kicked out of my tracker. That's going to cost me some time.
Father bless. What came apart now?
Makes you feel like you're running a pit, doesn't it? I didn't look for any of the Obol's caches. That was terrible of me.
It is done.
Chaos. Haven't seen a greater collection of chaos, I don't think, this season. I mean, they should have taken gem fragments, because I still want gem fragments, but...
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
Temper, ranks to on guard. That has the potential to be good is all. But there's ranks to on guard. Enchant. Yes, cold res I want to try and turn into armor or resist all with a good roll. Armor is possible, resist all is possible. And that's a very good resist all. To get that so fast is insane. Okay. I want to put Indomitable on it. Hello. 231. I've just been doing boss runs. Honestly, boss runs are the way to get XP, or at least they seem to be. Welcome. So Indomitable. IND. Indomitable. I now have a max Indomitable. So where this one is not max, it's 130, this one is 140. So that will be better as well. So now I masterwork this sucker.
Not bad.
And ideally I want the master to work on probably, I don't know, life per 5 or something. Ranks to on guard. Because on guard, if I remember correctly, is down here somewhere. Here it is. Armor. So let's take that. And then let's slam it and see what we get. See if we get something good on it. New legendary power. 202, your reinforcement cooldown? That's okay. That was not good. So it's hard to know now. I might try it. And then I'm putting back Gar on that new one. So what are you? You're playing a crackling sorcerer. The paladins have got it real easy this season, I will admit. Having a lot of fun with it. Let's try a hidden armory. Not how I expected to be spending Christmas afternoon, but illness in the family does this. Yeah, I've just been playing. Oh, I didn't realize it was. I don't really need to worry about it though. I am not a fan of Stormguard's Wrath. Or Stormbane's Wrath, sorry. Yeah, I wasn't even sure I was going to, but I absolutely adore Paladins and Crusaders and stuff, and I decided, you know what, they got me. And I just used some of the profits from my main YouTube channel to pay for it. I mean, realistically, I don't go back to old characters. I tend to play 1 or 2 characters per season, and I never really revisit them, so I'm not too worried about the running out of character slots. I understand why it would be frustrating to some people. At least it's better than the PoE system, in my opinion. But, I mean, PoE is sort of where, you know, all of the quality of life stuff is you buy it every time. But they're different systems.
Wouldn't have made it without you. Bless you. Wouldn't have made it without.
As soon as I saw Blessed Hammer was a thing, I was pretty much done. I remember playing, I think it was Ball Lightning Sorcerer a few seasons ago. It'd be on stream. I could always go look it up. It's in my archive, and really enjoying it. Yeah, I used to be really sentimental about stuff like that. I still kind of am in D3, where fortunately Rebirth is a thing. I think if they added Rebirth, a lot of these issues would go away. No, I'm never replacing that ring that I got until I get a mythic, and even then I'm not sure I'm replacing the ring that I got. World boss in 29 minutes. So let's try. Let's see how I go with these new pants at a Infernal Hordes. Yeah, I used to have stuff like that. I really did. Sentimental, you know, oh my lord, I've spent 100 hours playing this character. How could I delete it? Yeah. Honestly, I think the thing that has made me deal with that is streaming. And having videos of all of those plays. Because it's meant that if I want to revisit the character still exists in some form. I've still got those strolls down memory lane possible. And it's been really good. I've actually got a couple of my friends who have started streaming to YouTube privately, so that they're keeping records of their play, but aren't doing this. So they're mostly using it as a way of recording. And some of them are just recording their sessions. And finding that they're getting a lot of enjoyment out of knowing that if something amazing happens, or if they want that sentimentality, they can go back to it really easily. Because, I mean, as you can tell, I'm not doing this with all the bells and whistles that everyone expects from like Twitch streamers and stuff. I'm just playing the game and having fun playing the game. That's what I want to do. And it's not what is expected from a streamer. Most people expect a streamer to have all of these weird extra bells and whistles and things. I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game and share it with people if they're interested. And if they want more than that, then I'm not the streamer for you. And this is me wanting to... What is that? I have no idea what that is. Yeah. No, I mean, this doesn't bring in any money for me. None at all. I've been doing this for 3 years now, and this channel is not monetized in any way, shape, or form. Disconnect yourself from the concept that streaming needs to be for profit, and do it because you want to. As I said, I've got people who are streaming, or I've got people who, when they heard why I do this, I mean, the original reason was because of my father, which I've said many times on many streams, who regretted once he couldn't game anymore, this was before he passed, that he couldn't relive the memories of his streaming. Of his gaming, sorry. When he got too old to be able to game anymore, his hands got too slow, his vision got too bad, for example, he couldn't game anymore. And it's like, I wish I could relive those memories, was something he said so often. It was like, well, hang on a minute, I live in a world where I can. If I stream my games, or if I record them in some way, I can relive those moments. No, not that one. Oops. That one. And I'm doing it for the fun. Like, this is not a monetized channel. I've got 1,000 streams or something on this, and not even close to monetized. Like, I could become a little bit monetized if I managed to hit 500 subscribers, which would be great. I'd hoped to do it by the end of the year. I think I started this year at like 450. Didn't make it. I'm at 475. Highest I've ever been is 479. It's fine. My other YouTube channel is the one that makes the money, and, you know, even then I don't do that for the money. It makes money, but I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for fun. If I was doing it as a job, I'd hate it, I think. I mean, when I started, no. I mean, I'm just using a $100 webcam. I'm using a moderately good webcam, but not a great one. The biggest expense is, of course, you need to have the bandwidth to be able to do it, which matters. But I have good internet for work anyway, so that was okay. And a computer that can handle it, that's a thing. Aether Fiend on Death. Let's do this one. So yeah, having a computer capable of doing it is rule number one. So can you actually run the stuff? Because I mean, my system is, you know, a few years old now, but I can still, I'm playing in 4K on HDR, and then I'm using OBS to turn that into a 2K SDR stream. So, you know, it's doing the creation of the video, and then my computer is downsampling that to be able to stream it. So, you know, things work. So that's one of them. Webcam, just using a cheap one. I think it was like $100. I'm in Australia, so $100 Australian. I imagine they're probably cheaper in the US. I don't know where you're based. The big expense, I would say, is you want a good quality microphone. But I fortunately already had one. People who stream with a terrible quality microphone, that's the worst. Faster, I've only got a few waves left, but I'm still going to do that anyway. Apart from that, there's no real cash outlay. Like, it's just the equipment. If your computer can handle it, if you've got a good gaming computer, and you you have a webcam and you have an even half decent microphone, you're probably going to be okay. And even if you start with a crappy microphone and decide, is this something I want to do? You know, try it out for a bit with just a headset microphone. Lots of people do. Doesn't sound great, although you can make a crappy headset microphone sound good if you set up good audio processing in OBS. But that takes a little bit of work and a little bit of understanding of audio settings. You need to set up a compressor and a noise gate and everything. But there are videos on the internet to explain how to do that. With only 2 waves left, I want Stalking Devil. And if you're just doing it for you, you don't even need the webcam, or like if all you want to do is record your gameplay, then you don't even need any of that. Now, one of the things that I recommend, and I do this even because I do play some games where I only am doing it for me, so I don't stream publicly. Like this channel has a few videos where I am I've streamed, but I've only streamed to myself, so there's been no broadcast. Well, it's broadcast, but you need to be me to access the video or the stream. And if I ever get to 500 subscribers and unlock memberships or anything, I still don't think I'd do it. I think it's there for me. Is I still annotate what I'm doing, like, or annotate my play and vocalize and do the sort of stuff I'm doing here. Although at the moment I'm talking to you. I still find that I talk out loud and say, what's the decision I want to make and everything? Because I find that I engage with the game more when I do that. And it's actually really good. But yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. But I'm trying to remember the game. I don't think it was Cyberpunk. I think it was No Man's Sky. I got one friend to stream it to themselves because all of the stuff that you discover, they wanted a record of all the planets they discovered and everything. And they just played it the way I did, where I stream and was talking out loud and everything. But they were just doing it to themselves privately. And they would revisit those occasionally and just have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, really good stuff. And they said that they really are glad to have those videos that they could return to. But you need to be comfortable with whatever you're doing. The important thing is, do what feels right for you. And if not streaming feels right for you, don't stream. I mean, as I said, I can't imagine I'm streaming now. But one of the things that I quite like, pardon me for a sec, is every minute I've spent in Diablo 4 pretty much has been streamed. So that is amazing. Oh yeah, baby. I've been looking for an upgraded weapon. So, socket. There's no tempering. There's no enchanting. There's no aspect. So, masterwork.
Unexpected.
Now, the masterwork I got on this one was to Blessed Hammers again, which would be phenomenal. Ooh. You know what? I think I'm going to take that.
Come back.
Let's hope for a good slam. New affix added. Crit strike chance. So what am I losing? I'm losing... Deal 12% increased damage for 13% crit strike chance. I think this is better.
Ah, that's finished.
Ooh, that's an audio glitch. World boss in 13 minutes. Let's run a quick dungeon. That one, obviously, because it'll get me another hidden armory. I'm carrying fields, yep. Oh, Butcher. Goodbye, Butcher. Okay, not ideal, but there you go. Wish I'd noticed it at the start. Wish I'd noticed the Greed Shrine on the way in. That was pretty cool. Do 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 do.
Come back if you need work.
Maybe another quick dungeon. I don't know, it feels weird. I've got 8 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point. But you can do that for yourself, and it's nice and easy and fun. And you can decide to share it with people like I do. I mean, I have a huge leg up being the fact that I have another YouTube channel that is quite popular in a different genre, and some of my fans from over there decided to come and join me and decided that they like what I do here. So they watch me game quite a bit, and it's like, cool. I've got a few regulars who discovered me through this channel, but most of my regulars discovered me through my puzzle channel, which is fine. I had someone ask me that question on this one yesterday. So why does that guy derail? Why did he like appear 3 times in a row? It's like, because we summoned him 3 times in a row. What else is there to purge in the cellar? Is this bugged? Okay, not purging this cellar. There's a body around here. It's over there. Nope, it wouldn't let me do the jump down. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Those burning guys, they're important. Kill those when you see them. Still 5 minutes, but I'm going to head in the direction. So yeah, it's about making interesting, building interesting memories. I still go back and watch, I mean, the fact that I've got like Diablo Season 1 and everything, I still go back sometimes and look at some of those early Diablo streams. And it's a case of how much the game has changed. I've got a record of that. So I can go back and go, yeah, I can see what it was like when, you know, half of the stuff that we now take for granted didn't exist. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. And you never know in 5 years' time, what are the games that you're going to wish that you could relive?
Not much.
And that was as I said, that was my father's experience. He wished he could go back
Hello.
and
Greetings.
relive some of his old gaming experience. I wish I had a way of revisiting the stuff that I did back in the original vanilla WoW. But, you know, recording that stuff was never possible. Those original Zolgarub and Molten Core raids when it was all new. That would have been amazing to be able to rewatch. But not possible. And, like, the ones that I mostly rewatch from my own stuff is my Cyberpunk stuff. Because that's the stuff that stuff really, really is good. I love that. But yeah, I mean, one of the things that, so I'm not sure if the person who did the No Man's Sky thing, I'm not sure if they got if they've been streaming it, or they basically decided that their system wasn't capable of, like their internet not capable of that, which is perfectly fine. And what they did is they're using just a crappy microphone. They're not doing a camera at all. They're just recording the game screen. And you want to set up your compressor so that it's got the game thing. Like you'll notice that my game volume drops out a little bit when I'm speaking so that you can hear me clearly. You do that sort of stuff. But what they do is they record the game and their voice, but they're not streaming it. They're just recording it they bought a solid state drive and they're recording it to an external solid state drive. And then you just copy those video files. I would highly recommend, once, because they'll come out at a very large format, then using something like Handbrake to convert them to just a watchable video format in a lower res, and then just store that off to a magnetic drive, just a external hard drive. So they bought a small, I think they got a 1 terabyte solid state drive, and then they got like a 4 terabyte or something hard drive, and they just record to the solid state drive and then write it off to the hard drive. And I think that's what they're doing. That's what I do on my other channel for my video processing, and I sort of wrote up how I do that, and I think that's what they're doing. Because I've completely forgotten how to play this class. Take half a day off, particularly if it's Christmas, and you forget everything. But it's not as if I'm soloing this, so it doesn't matter if I'm not... Oops, I shouldn't have maxed out my O-balls. Well, let's go and come back.
It seems you're very nice. It seems your prayer. A whole fair bit of magic in that one.
Come back if you need work.
What is up with the audio? Come back if you need work. Exterminate. Exterminate. Yeah, I've got a lot of nostalgia for those days. And as I said, those were the things that my father regretted, like his early days of WoW, and a lot of those ones. Those are the games that he really regrets losing. Okay, so let's look at my boards. Boards! Chords! Swords! I'm just making this up. I have no idea what I'm saying. That'll do. That's a point. Still can't pick up all the obols.
Father bring you luck? It seems you're whole bad luck. It seems you're there. It seems whole bad luck. Try again.
And I mean, strength and thorns. I know it's not those. That has the possibility to be good. I mean, the max knife's not great. The cooldown reduction potentially is. No, I'm not having any cooldown reduction problems. Let's put that aside in case I want to try something. I mean, what's the slam I got on this? Oh, the slam I got on that is terrible. I absolutely want to try and upgrade that.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
I expect.
Everything else is garbage. Okay, so socket done. So what I want to do is turn the poison resistance into armor. And that should be doable. So close to 350 armor. There we go. So socket, temper. Ranks to on guard again. There we go. Enchant. Aspect, it needs to get disobedience, needs to be a disobedient hat, because everyone wants a disobedient hat. So this will take it to 0.7 and 43, which is the same as my current one.
Oh, you've caught a rare one.
But that's fine. Masterwork. Let's masterwork that sucker. Now the masterworking, I don't know. I mean, the one I've currently got is on guard. If I could get this on, don't know.
Father bless. What do you need?
What is up with his voice? Seriously, dude, get away from the forge. Stop smoking all of that.
Not bad.
Same thing, on guard. So that's fine. So it's got more strength, more maximum life. It doesn't have the life on kill, but it's got not as good armor. But it's got cooldown reduction instead of life on kill. Everything else is the same, but I have the potential to slam it with something better. My father died 3 years ago. I miss him every day, but it's no longer like I'm not playing this for sympathy. It's just the reason. And an affix got upgraded to a greater affix. Which one? Was it armor? No? Which one got upgraded to a greater affix? I'm not seeing an improvement there. Might have been armor, which doesn't suck. Yeah, the armor is now the same, 612. So I get the same on guard, the same armor, more max life, much more strength, which gives me more armor. I lose a little bit of life on kill, and I don't get the after casting 5 basic skills, which I don't use. I'm not using basic skills. So if I take the cervix out of this, yeah, I didn't design it. Thanks, Blizzard. Nice joke.
Jewels like that came about nicely.
Okay, I've had a few upgrades today. Still not perfect. There's still always the opportunity to slam things better. But that's okay. And one of the things I'm still never getting, it does not happen. Let's go do some Beast in the Ice, maybe? Actually, I want to go see what happens if I try and do this guy. But yeah, I mean... So if you were to record your gameplay in like 1080p, and then convert them just to MP4 because they're only for yourself, they come out at about... They come out at about a gig an hour, depending on your... So, you know, a 4 terabyte hard drive, like, would store years and years and years of gaming if you recorded everything. and would give you the ability, if you wanted to then, you know, turn those into videos or whatever if you wanted to in the future. It's ooh, something is causing some massive lag. I'm not dropping frames, so I'd say it's possibly I've been moved to US realm. Because I pushed the button, like pushed 1. It's like a second to respond. That's something I should have checked, and I need to go back to town. Yeah, no, my father and I were gaming together for years, and it's not just... my father got me into tabletop role-playing games and board games and everything. So it was always, like, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, there's so much lag here. That's great. That's the way it should go. My father and I played chess a fair bit. We ended up moving to the Steve Jackson Games Nightmare chess because we could balance it. And it's just silly fun because we're both board gamers. So moving to Nightmare chess was an easy move. But it's the same as people who play chess recreationally and everything. They record their moves so that they could replay their games. Recording video games is the same thing. You're not necessarily doing it to, like, I'm not doing this to go, look how awesome a gamer I am. I'm not an awesome gamer. Do not come to my channel for this is the right way to play a game. The right way to play a game is to have fun. If you're looking for power moves and everything, I am not the channel you want to be at. Like, no, not me. I'm way older than 40.
Fair bit. Very nice. But could be better.
But yeah, things are changing fast. And not necessarily for the better. Okay. The stuff I looted is gone. Oh well. Not what I expected, but there you go. So again, that is a very, very good set of rolls. And has a chance to slam well. So let's see what we get out of it, I suppose. It's got its socket, so all I need to do is masterwork it.
That there is worth the point.
See? It's got more strength, more maximum life, more blessed hammer damage, the same +5, and it's only got 2% less increased damage to blessed hammer. So that strikes me as actually slightly better again. Let's see what the slam I get on it is. I'm being lucky here. Quality increase. So is that better than the 13.5 crit chance? I'm going to say no. But you don't know until you try. Hello, Angus. Well, I'm getting a lot of new people today. Welcome. I suppose this is what I get for streaming at a time that I don't normally stream. Caps.
It seems
And I imagine there's not a lot of people streaming at this time of day.
nice, but could be better.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
What is up with the audio? So what is next? 742. Let's try another. I might try another Infernal Hordes, actually. Actually, no. I think I've got a bunch of boss materials, so might try some boss runs. Not going to burn all of them, because I do want to do some boss runs with other people. Actually, I'm going to clean my glasses. I still think they should make these boss materials stack to higher quantities.
It's what I do.
So you're a D4 player, Angus. As always, in my chat, there is absolutely no need to answer any question, but always curious. This is a casual, relax place. I come here to be casual and relax. Other people should be able to as well.
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
So what are you playing at the moment? Of course, we're seeing a lot of Paladins, which makes perfect sense. You're allowed to type as slowly as you want to. Or as I said, even not at all. As I said, none of my regulars are here to do their normal banter for me. But I'm just a very casual channel. It's a 2-star Rackonaut's Wake, which I'm just going to automatically assume is better than a 1-star Rackonaut's Wake. Oh, Paladin. Awesome. Yeah, I'm having fun with the Paladin. Blessed Hammer was one of my favorite builds in D3. So it's like, gotta try this again. Actually, Condemn was one of my favorite builds in D3, but they removed the playstyle I liked. It was terrible at bossing, but it was a lot of fun for just running through content and greater rifts and stuff. You get to the boss and all of a sudden you would be absolutely atrocious. I've hit 233 Paragon, so I'm doing okay. But then again, I'm not chasing, like, I don't particularly chase anything. I'd like to get a mythic that would be useful. That would be nice. But I'm not really chasing anything specific. I'm just doing it for some relaxing downtime fun. Oh, what level is Angus? Sorry. I'm losing track of the conversation because I'm also trying to play the game. I'm also old. Can't pick on me, I'm old. You can absolutely pick on me.
They were nothing. Did you truly this would be that easy. You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
It's another sick rune. Holy cow, that's amazing, Angus. I don't get that much time to play, partly because I've got multiple YouTube channels to look after. And if you're having fun spending a lot of time playing this game, you are a winner. I have to admit, I'm not looking forward to the tower being a thing, but I'm just going to deal with it by ignoring it. Bosses give good XP. On that note, I'm okay. I've got a couple of upgrades, but my gear is... I've had a couple of good slams. I'm not chasing the best thing. I'm not a competitive player. I play for my own satisfaction, and I'm very satisfied. I had a guy from Queensland who helped me with some runs early on and got me over a couple of gearing hurdles, and since then I'm doing fine. Like, I've gotten a few upgrades, but realistically, if I hadn't got them, I was still satisfied. There we go, 234. I swear mythics don't exist. And there's a bunch of stuff to spend on this board, I know that. Like all of these. I need more crit strike chance is the thing. But okay, so let's go try and slam some Belial. Where are you based, Gelivany? Are you Australian, or... Wasn't Belial I wanted to head to? I mean, I do have some tusks, so I'm going to do a couple while I'm here. It was Duriel I wanted to go for.
You face the Lord of Lies.
Do one more. Thing is, now I don't remember how I pronounced it. Hey Rico Gaming. I don't know. I haven't got any. There's a couple of mythics that could be useful for this build, but realistically, I'm face rolling everything that I'm trying, so I'm not too stressed about it. Now, I'm wanting to make sure I've put aside, like, I haven't put one of these shields aside, so I'm going to put that one aside. I've got a Mantle of the Grey in here somewhere, yeah. Let's swap it for that one because it looks good. Tybalt's Will. Going to put that aside in case that's needed. I don't seem to have one of those necklaces. 98 all stat sounds good. I don't seem to have one of those necklaces, so let's stick that aside in case that's needed as well. Because I would like to try and provide some gear for my wife. I would have said Jelevany. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I got it right by mistake the first time and I'll never do it again. It's good having new people here. I'll do the thing I almost never do. Like and subscribe. I almost never say that. The Rico Gaming, I can't remember if I seen you here before, like a long time ago. I've been in gaming for, I mean, I've been doing different forms of gaming for over 50 years, so I just try and, you know, have fun with it is my goal. I'm not trying to achieve anything other than have fun and represent what a game is actually like, warts and all. I'm not trying to present the best. I'm not trying to do the whole, you know, this game sucks because. I'm just trying to play the game, and like, if I don't enjoy it, I'll stop. Hello, Path of Exile 2, or many others. There's games that I do enjoy that I really should return to Plague's Tale. I really should. I was enjoying it. I played one session and then got distracted by real life and should return to it. It's just been a case of, when am I going to find the time to like get back into the story and everything? I should do that. I've got one stream of it. I like story-based games, but I also like these ones where it's like turn the brain off and just have fun. How many of these do I have left? A few. Because I'm correctly so I hide my own build. Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of the problems with games like this. And it was even worse with Path of Exile 2, which is you've got to play, it's because metas exist, the game is designed around playing the meta, and if you don't play the meta, you're not playing balanced. So you've either got to spend like hours and hours and hours like coming up with a perfect build, or copy a build from someone who's done that. If you don't, then you're just kind of boned, because metas exist, everything is balanced around the fact that metas exist. It is a problem with this style of game.
The beginning.
And I think it's an unfixable problem with this style of game. Because whatever they do, someone's going to find something that is broken or more powerful, or and that will immediately mean that everyone is going to play that thing that is broken. And if you're not playing it, then they have to balance the game around it, and yeah. So if you try and make your own build, you've got to either put a lot of effort into it or be prepared to be held back. And as long as you go in expecting that, or you want to put in the time. Yeah, I have too many other things to do in my life to make that work for me. If you can make it work and you're one of the people who can make good builds, awesome. Not for me. So, like, if I return to... pardon me. If I return to Last Epoch, which is something I'm seriously considering, and trying that for a bit more, then the first thing I'm going to do is look at what... I'll pick a class that I want to play, and then I will try and find a current build that's good for that class. I'll stop after this one. I probably shouldn't have done this one. I'm burning through all my materials. But I haven't seen a single mythic drop in all of the... I've done hundreds of boss runs. across different things of Belial and Duriel and Adariel and everything, including ones with other players and everything. Not seen a single mythic drop.
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy?
The way you trigger Belial is to have close to full bags.
You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
I liked Last Epoch. Last Epoch was really, really good. There was a lot of stuff in Last Epoch I absolutely adored. Yeah, some really good stuff in Last Epoch. The transition from end of campaign to the high level, I can't remember what they're called, echoes, I think was a bit broken. And I don't like their defensive system. I think it's overly complex. Having, 7 resistances and 4 other defenses that you need to keep capped. So you get an upgraded piece of gear, and because you get that upgraded piece of gear, you say, oh my god, I got a piece of gear that is absolutely perfect for my build, but the piece I'll be taking off has got all my shadow resistance on it. So now I need to figure out another piece that's got shadow resistance on it. So I find something with shadow resistance, but that would be replacing something that's got my frost and lightning resistance on it. So now I need to find frost and lightning resistance from somewhere. And I can put that onto a piece, but that's going to remove my crit resistance. And you end up having to replace every item in your build to put this godly item on, and then you redo your entire build over several hours, and then find out I now suck because the balance of all of the other previous stuff is what made it work. And if you don't do any of that, the minute you meet a mob that does the shadow or whatever it was that the other piece replaced, you're just instantly dead. And it's like, dudes, your defensive system sucks. So it's a lot of fun right up until you've run all of the echo sets once. And once you start pushing into the empowered echoes, I just find it not fun at all. Their resistance and defensive system with 7 resistances, and then you need crit resistance, and there's a bunch of others. There's like 4 other things, I think. Armor, crit resistance, stun resistance, like 11, is it not? Is 11 defenses that you need to keep up. It's just too much. It's just too much. Because you swap one piece of gear and your entire build collapses. And it's like, no. Yeah, I watched one of the top streamers get... this was back in Diablo 4 season... it was a few seasons ago, and I watched one of the top streamers literally do a bunch of boss runs early on. And get like 3 mythics from like 20 kills. And I've done a few hundred kills and got none. And that seems to be about the standard. Like, if you're not one of them. And in this new season, there's new dungeon keys that will cause everyone in the party to drop 5 keys. And I saw one of them get 2 of those on the first day or something. It's just insane. And I think, I don't like to say this, but it makes me wonder whether Blizzard have got this weird flag, which is like, these guys are the advertisers for the game. I don't want to be that, ever. And like, if they can show off, it's like, oh, this is what could happen to you. No, it's not going to happen to you. What am I doing? What do I want to do? I should do a whisper. Do I have a dungeon key that's a whisper? No. No, I don't. Because a single whisper will get me there. Ah, Helltide has just started. Let's go do some Helltide. Oh, well, that's nice, Angus. Thank you for saying so. I mean, I just call it like I see it. I'm not trying to be a prophet or anything. I'm playing the game because I enjoy it. So people, you know, while I'm making these complaints, I'm making these complaints because I want the game to be good. and I'm not going to get any Whispers points for doing this, so I'm going to have to teleport out and come back because I got maggots before I killed Duriel here. So I'm going to have to come back and hope there's still people killing him. Although I can solo Duriel. That's not a problem. How to farm? I don't think so. I think it's more that they are way luckier than the average player. And
It is done.
greater collection always. If none of them are good. And I'm not sure if it's an account that's flagged to, you know, have beta access more often or anything. I don't know. Like, you know, this is an account that gets invited to stuff or anything. I really don't know. But
Hello.
unfortunately, I don't need a shield. I might put that in the stash because that's a good shield that might be good for Bell. The rest of that is junk.
If you need work.
Now we'll go and try and get another Duriel kill. So I don't think it's the how-to. Part of me thinks that they just coded to be more extraordinarily lucky. And I hate to say it, I really do. Like people say, oh, it's, you know, there's streamer privilege. I mean, I've had some, like, you know, people come find my channel and turn around and say, oh, I'll do some runs with you and stuff. It's like playing with people as a method to find people to game with. It's kind of cool. Okay. People just giving me stuff. It's happened and I don't like it. It happened early on in my No Man's Sky streams. And
Was meant for you.
I never really used the items I was given because not until I was earning those items on my own, because I didn't want to sort of skip the game just because I was streaming it. But yeah, I've seen, like when mythics were first introduced, some of those guys are the ones who, you know, tell people what a mythic is and what it looks like and everything like that. And if they're not getting them drop, they can't do that. And they are advertisers for the game. So Blizzard absolutely wanted to make sure that they could show off what mythics looked like. And I can't imagine they would want it that the people who are showing off what the best stuff in the game looks like would, by pure RNG, never get that stuff. I just don't think that's going to be something that Blizzard ever wants to let have happen. But they're also never going to turn around and say, this is what we're doing. So, Harbingers, open tortured gifts. That's the one I want to go for. Actually, this is what I want to go for. There's Harbinger's dead. So I don't think they're asking for anything or sort of doing anything by design to change the game. I don't even think they would want that to be a thing. Like, I think they would hate, as a general rule. I think they would specifically say they don't want that to be a thing. And I think they're genuine in saying that they wouldn't want that to be a thing. But I don't think Blizzard have given them a choice. Nope, I am not doing that. Yeah, I mean, it's all about having fun. It's not as if I need the mythics. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm face rolling the content. It's all fine. No, I'm not accusing them of doing something dodgy. I think it's really like someone in Blizzard marketing turning around and saying, we can't have those top line streamers who are showing off the game, who have thousands of people watching them play the game, not being able to show off the absolutely awesome stuff that can happen, even though for most players it doesn't.
Let's come back if you need work.
And I know that sounds cynical. Yeah, we just love playing and having fun. That's what I'm doing here. Holy cow. When did it become 8 PM? I mean, I know when it became 8 p.m, 18 minutes ago. I just wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, I mean, the only reason it feels really bad is because those same people are the people who write the guides, and they write the guides assuming that by the time you're like Paragon 150, you've got all the mythics you need. Because in their experience, that's what happens. Whereas I've got a couple of people from work who play, and I've got some people I've met and everything. Most people will get to like 250 and maybe see 1 or 2. And I know one guy, he's gotten to 300 twice without seeing a mythic drop. Whereas the people who are writing the guides and putting out all this content, they're like, oh, you know, by Paragon 150, you'll have all of the mythics you need. It's like, no, that is not the case. That is not what happens for most people. Yeah. Anyway, it's 8:20. It is absolutely time for Bremster to, stop and have something to eat. Yeah, similarly to the way the max roll guides are written, assuming that you have all of the gear. Like I've seen leveling guides on max roll that assume you have all the aspects. And it's like, I don't have these aspects. They come from drops. I hit like Paragon 75 before I see one item with that aspect drop. It's like, you know, put this aspect on as soon as you get this skill. I don't have that aspect. It's like, you know, this build won't work without it. Then the build doesn't work and your leveling guide is terrible. Because I'm assuming for them, it just works. Anyway, I am absolutely needing to go, and I don't know if I'll be back tonight. I'd like to play some more of this with my wife, Felinae, who's way under level of where I am, but would look at all these characters at a level 50 because that was the max. I need to clear out some of these old characters, except for Oz, which was my eternal first character. That's the one that I'm sentimental about. Roz has been re-rolled like 3 times. I will disappear, have some dinner. I may watch a movie with my wife. I may come back and play some more Diablo. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along because that's the way I roll. Thank you everyone for watching. It was really nice to meet you, Angus. It was really nice to meet you, Rico Gaming. It was really nice to meet you, Jelenovi. Jelevini. Sorry, I'm reading quickly and it's very small text all the way over there. Yeah, good fun. And thank you everyone else who dropped in without seeing it. I'm also going to say hi to Keith because I know he watches most of my videos as a VOD later. So hi Keith, Merry Christmas. Thanks everyone. Hope you had fun. And as I always say at the end of all of my videos, because it's very important, good luck finding the stories that make you happy. Bye everyone.